Hey guys, happy Monday. It's Joe, and it's that time of day. It's time for a Pocket with Joe. I hope everyone's having an incredible start to their Monday. Wow, did we have some phenomenal games on the ice yesterday. I still can't get over how incredible the Edmonton Oilers LA Kings game was. I was riding LA to get the win, but man, what an incredible comeback the Edmonton Oilers were able to create. We did hit that one going to OT. We hit that first period going over 1.5, so I can't complain. We also hit Korpisalo for his save shots on goal. So it was a money-making game in the whole, but I really did think that the Kings should have won that game last night. I was hoping they would have, because now my fear is Edmonton just comes out and dominates now from here on out, and we're not going to go to game number 7. So I wanted this one to stay competitive. We will see what happens tomorrow night on the ice, but I want to just give a big shout out to you guys. Thank you, Joe and Matt and Kev, each of you here every single day, and I really appreciate seeing your names pop up in the chat daily. So let's jump into these 4 games that we have on the board today. Now, yesterday, the Dallas Stars also got the win. So if you took that parlay that we did, I put the Kings on the money line and the Stars on the money line. So that one didn't hit because the Kings didn't hit, but I recommended also taking the Kings plus 1.5 and the Dallas Stars plus 1.5. $100 paid back $232. So congratulations to anyone who did hit that parlay. Like I said, we made some money yesterday. Great games, and we've got some more great games on the ice tonight. So let's go win together. Absolutely. Mike, shout out to you too. Good to see you here. I'm glad you could catch it today and you're not tied up with work. So let's look at this first one, 7 o'clock Eastern. The New Jersey Devils taking on the New York Rangers. Man, this game is going to be crazy out there on the ice. The Rangers lead this series 2-1, and they are off that loss. The Rangers to lose in the Garden, allow the Devils to get that win, was quite shocking in the last game, but we know this Devils team, their backs were against the wall. Igor, he just didn't have the greatest game either. So looking at that one, 28 shots by the New Jersey Devils. They did get that win. Low scoring game, though. We saw game 3 go to overtime. So that, and when I say he didn't have the greatest game, you don't expect Igor Shesterkin to be the goalie in that case to lose in OT. So I really did expect, especially going into OT, that the Rangers still had it. But we know the New Jersey Devils goalie, the rookie Smith, got pulled up to play in this one. Was Vanacek just not having the best time against the Rangers? He did phenomenal. Now, in the last game, the New York Rangers put up 36 shots on him. He only allowed 1 in. So phenomenal abilities by him. Looking at his save shots tonight on goal, it's 26.5. Now, the biggest question is, can he repeat what we saw in the last game, in game 3? For the New Jersey Devils, can he be as good as he was? Now, I do think he still comes out solid, but I'm not willing to bet it here. I do lean for him to go over. I lean also for Igor to go over. I do think we're going to see those shots. The New York Rangers, like I said, 36 shots on goal in the last game, 28 for the New Jersey Devils. Now, the Rangers are going to want to come out so hard. They're going to want to bounce back off of that loss in the last game. And I don't know about you guys, but I love when we see that home team off the loss to really bounce back in that first period. And that's what I'm looking for here. I'm going to look at the Rangers in the first period to go up on that puck line, laying the half a goal in the first period. It's extreme value, you guys. You can take them on the money line if you want to pay a little bit more juice. You guys know that is not my style. It's go big or go home kind of thing here. With these first periods, I'm going to take them on the puck line, laying the half a goal at plus 158. I cannot say no to that money. Now, in this game, the Devils have been so limited in their abilities to get goals. And even in the win in the last game, they only got 2 goals. It's not like this Devils team to not be able to get the goals. I do think we see a couple more goals in this game here. And I do think the over 5.5 is alive in this game because we know the Rangers can put up these goals. In the first 2 games of the series, when the Rangers were in New Jersey, In both games, they put up 5 goals. Now, Smith coming in here, I don't think he's going to be as strong as he was in game 3, which was his first game out on the ice. And yes, they did score the 5 goals on Vanacek, but I do think this is a game where we can count on both of these teams to get some goals. Igor to allow a couple in by the Devils as well. So I'm going to ride the over 5.5 in this one, expecting Jack Hughes, Timo Meier to come out strong, Jasper Bratt to come out strong for the New Jersey Devils. I do think Jack Hughes, his shots on goal, it's juiced. Over 3.5 is -150. I'm not going to lay -150 on Jack Hughes. Again, you guys know I just won't do that. But the anytime goal at +155, I think Jack Hughes has to come out, get a goal for the Devils. Timo Meier, we saw get a goal already in this playoff series for the Devils as well. I do think he comes out strong in this one. An interesting one that I'm looking for the Rangers for a prop bet would be Adam Fox here for his assist. You can get him for an assist tonight at -140. I like what we've seen out of Adam Fox so far on the season, and I do think he comes out strong in this one. We've got so many phenomenal players for the New York Rangers. Chris Kreider, I think, is someone else you look at. You look at Tarasenko, you look at Patrick Kane, Panarin even. You look at all of these players, look at their points, pick your favorite, look at their points to go over. I do think this is a hot, strong offensive game in this one here. So we know we have the defense on both sides. I also look for the Rangers to be able to capitalize on the power play. They were not able to capitalize on the power play in the last game. These two teams taking a lot of penalties here. We did see the Devils capitalize on one of their power plays. It went 1 for 3 on the power plays. New York Rangers went 0 for 5. Now, physically, the Devils were playing a harder hitting game in the last one. 31 hits for the Devils, only 23 for the New York Rangers. And like I said, those shots on goal with the Devils getting 28 and 36 for the New York Rangers. So this is going to be a phenomenal game on the ice for sure. Devils are good on the road. Absolutely, Kevin. That's why I cannot look at anything but the over in this one. I have to look at this Devils team to be able to put in their share of the goals. Now, that first period, I just think it's the Rangers' best period. They come out nice and strong in that first period. We did ride the Devils once to win that first period, and that did come in nicely for us in one of these games. I believe it was the first one or the second game here. I can't remember, but we hit them in the first period. But I think this is the Rangers' first period to come out and get the win. Let's get it done here, James, for sure. And Mike, you are so welcome. I appreciate you guys so much for being here with me daily. So let's look at the next game on the board. Oh man, this one is a hard game. And like I say, hard game, it's incredibly hard game. We have the Toronto Maple Leafs taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, Toronto is up, surprisingly, in this series 2-1. And I say surprisingly because we had the Lightning off of a loss coming back home. I expected the Lightning to bounce back in that game. We didn't see the Lightning bounce back. What we saw was Toronto come in here, get that OT win. It was a 4-3 win for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And I was not too impressed by what we saw out of either team in that game. Andre Vasilevskiy for the Tampa Bay Lightning didn't look strong at all. He looked, I actually had to look up his age, you guys. I knew Vasilevskiy wasn't that old. He's 28. He really looked like an aging goalie out there in net with how these goals came in on him. I didn't expect that out of Vasilevskiy. So I looked at him and he looked tired out there. His save shots on goal tonight, if you believe Andre Vasilevskiy can have a bounce back, because he's a phenomenal goalie. I sat here on air and talked about how strong of a goalie he is and how he shouldn't be playing like that. His save shots on goal is 28.5 tonight. I don't have the confidence. I don't have the faith. I'm not going to hit it. Samsonov had a really solid game for Toronto in the last game. What we saw out of the goalies was almost reverse of what I expected out of both of them. So Samsonov faced 39 shots on goal in the last game. He allowed 3 goals to go in, and then Andre Vasilevskiy faced only 27 shots on goal, you guys. It's just not normal of him to allow 4 of 27 shots to go in. So he definitely is due for a bounce back. Looking at these two teams versus each other, I think we do have to look at that first period again. We cashed it last time. These first periods, both of these teams are getting off to really explosive, fast starts out there on the ice, just like we're seeing between Edmonton and the Kings, where these teams want to go up. They want to go up first. So we're seeing these goals come in early. Look at the over 1.5 in the first period. And when we look at the last game, we saw 4 goals in the first period. Each team got 2 of those goals. And then when we look at the first 2 games of the series, whoever won that game, because we had one team win and then the other team win, the team that won put up 3 goals in the first period. I do think this is one where we can see both of these teams come strong out of the gate. One of these teams or both adding to that over 1.5 in the first period. And then I'm getting the heck out of Dodge in this game again. I cannot see the Lightning losing another one in a row. But that being said, I can't trust Vasilevsky. And Toronto, they didn't play the best game last game. They had their stars come out and play so solidly. Like Ryan O'Reilly, he's who you look at here for Toronto. He is amazing. He got the last goal in the third period to send it to OT, and then he got the OT winning goal. Ryan O'Reilly is exactly who you want to look at for an anytime goal. I hate to say it, there's so much talent on Toronto, but the standout player for me is Ryan O'Reilly. You can look at Austin Matthews, and yes, he's been playing well. William Nylander's been playing well as well, and Mitch Marner, but I do think it's Ryan O'Reilly. The addition to him or of him at the trade deadline was absolutely phenomenal for this team. So I do think we look at Toronto. If you want to take something here, you prop bet Ryan O'Reilly for the anytime goal or his points to the over. I also like John Tavares here for his assists over for 1+ assists. That's coming in at plus 152. Little bit of a long shot here, but he's had 44 assists on the season, 36 goals. He had an assist in game 1. He had 6 shots on goal in game 2 and only 1 shot on goal in the last game. So he was really limited in the last game. I'm expecting some more out of him in this game today. The other side of the puck, Kucherov. You have to look at Kucherov here for the Tampa Bay Lightning for his points tonight. Over 1.5 points coming in at plus 128. I think he's exceptional out there on the ice tonight. I think he is going to play such a pivotal role. Over 3.5 shots on goal coming in at minus 110 for Kucherov. Now, if you want to look at Braden Point, his shots on goal over 2.5 is minus 130. I do think that's strong. And Steven Stamkos over 2.5 shots on goal at minus 130. Cirelli's been playing strong as well for the Lightning. So I think there's tons of opportunities to prop bet this game. I'm going to hit the over 1.5 and then I'm going to prop bet it. And like I said, I'm not going to put a full game bet on this one because I do think it is really a stay away. Kev, you're agreeing with me. Just a tricky game to see who's going to come out stronger. The weight of the Lightning does lie on Vasilevsky. If Vasilevsky plays like he did in the last game, Toronto is going to take this series. And if he actually shows up tonight, is able to stop a beach ball from coming at him, then we're going to have quite the game because I don't think Toronto was at their best in the last game. I think Vasilevsky really let his team down in the last one as well. So the defense did a good job. They limited the ability of Toronto to get these shots. So we're going to see phenomenal hockey on the ice. Could this one go to overtime? Absolutely. This one has a chance of going to OT. We know how scrappy these two teams have been playing. Game 3 went to OT, and the first 2 were blowouts. So I am expecting a closer, harder fought battle here in this one. Let's look at the next game on the ice, you guys. Only 4 on the ice tonight. Phenomenal games, though, for sure. Tons of ability to get some bets in. The 9:30 actually Eastern game between Vegas. The Vegas Golden Knights taking on the Winnipeg Jets. Vegas leads the series 2-1, looking to make this 3-1 before heading home to close this out. Can Vegas get it done tonight? Absolutely they can. I think they have just such an edge. Offensively, we saw them in the last game. I thought they looked so solid out there. They got the overtime win, though. They pushed it to OT. I think this one, again, has the ability to go to overtime. The problem with the Winnipeg Jets is their inability to score. We look at these games, and yes, they dominated game one. They won it 5-1. Something was wrong with Vegas that night. I tell you, maybe they overlooked the Winnipeg Jets coming in as first in the Pacific, knowing how hard Winnipeg had to fight to be in the playoffs. Maybe they underestimated how strong Winnipeg was going to come out in that first game at home. But we've seen Vegas answer back. They got game two, win 5-2. They won the last one in OT. So we did see more offense in that one. 5-4 win. I really did expect that one to stay under the total. What we saw in overtime, you guys, was the hockey that I expected to see for the full 60 minutes. I was mad. You guys know I had the under 5 in that game, or 5.5, whatever that one closed at. I was riding the under, and to see these teams go up so fast in that first period, to see these teams play a very little defense was so frustrating to me. Now, Connor Hellebuck had a hell of a game in the last game. 48 shots on goal out of Vegas. So Connor Hellebuck allowed 5 of those. But still, we look at that versus Andrei Vasilevskiy, definitely really solid here for Connor Hellebuck. And the high danger shots out of Vegas is extreme. Vegas knows exactly how to put it in these high danger areas, so the goalies are unable to stop it. So you can't discredit Connor Hellebuck for what we saw out of him in the last game. I do think he's pivotal here for this game to stay under the total. He can't let Vegas rack up these points or these goals on him. So I am going to look at Connor Hellebuck save shots on goal over 27.5. I think it's a solid way to go in this game. Now, looking at the defense of Vegas, they've done a pretty good job of limiting the Winnipeg Jets' ability to get these shots, holding them to 34 shots on goal in the last game. That included overtime. So I'm not going to look at Brasset's save shots on goal here for Vegas, but I will just look at Connor Hellebuck. I do think this is a game where defenses really stand up. We know the defense of the Winnipeg Jets allows still that 30.3 shots on goal per game. So I am looking for them to get these takeaways. I'm looking at them to try to control that neutral zone. But I do think at the end of the day, Vegas is too strong offensively. Getting these high danger shots, I think Vegas gets a win. So give me Connor Hellebuck over 27.5, but give me the Vegas Golden Knights on the money line. You can get -108, -110 out there. The last game, Vegas did control those faceoffs just slightly. They went for 50.6% of winning those faceoffs. Now, the power plays, the penalties, these teams have to stay out of that penalty box. We saw Winnipeg go 1-4 on the power play in the last game, and Vegas go 2-5. Now, Winnipeg coming out as a way more physical team. 69 hits in the last game, which is absolutely insane. 39 hits for the Vegas Golden Knights. It's just those shots on goal. Vegas definitely having the edge offensively. Looking at that first period, you guys, I'm hitting it under 1.5. I really do think this first period is low scoring. Defense, goaltending, under 1.5, I think, is a solid way to go. This game, ability to go to overtime at +340, definitely worth a sprinkle here. If it goes to OT, I think this is 2-2 going to OT, and only because Winnipeg has pulled Connor Hellebuck. They've got a face-off in the Vegas zone and found the back of the net. So overtime possibility, low-scoring game. You guys, bring it on. This is going to be an absolutely incredible game. The save goals have absolutely been hitting. These teams, especially, we see this is game 4 of the series, you guys. No one wants to go down 3-1 in this series. So we're going to see the best of the best. We're going to see Connor Hellebuck pulled early if Winnipeg is down. And in these other games, we're going to see these goalies pulled early. Pasternak, you got those anytime goals. Yeah, absolutely. It's so fun to bet those anytime goal scorers as well. Let's look at the next game here and the last game of the night, you guys. Colorado Avalanche taking on the Seattle Kraken. Now, our friend Joe isn't here to say release the Kraken in the comments, so I will. Release the Kraken tonight, you guys. This series is tied. It's not tied. I think it will be tied after tonight. It's a 2-1 series. The Colorado Avalanche coming in here as a favorite at -150, +130 for the Seattle Kraken. They pulled off a win in Colorado. I did think they would win one of these games at home. I thought it would be the first game. I'm jumping back in on them here to win game 2 at home. Do I think they win the series? No. I do think the Colorado Avalanche win the series, but I don't think this is the Avs game tonight. I really do think Grubauer is coming off a game that not so great. In the last game, we saw the Avs win it 6-4. Now, Grubauer only faced 34 shots on goal. And a lot of people saying, well, Grubauer, the Avs have his number because he used to play with Colorado. They know how to find the back of his net. I think Grubauer has an insane bounce back game here today. I'm going to take him over 28.5 save shots on goal. He is my favorite goalie for going over his save shots on goal tonight, because I do think this game, Seattle has to play the defense that we saw during the regular season. If they can play the defense, if Grubauer can stand on his head, we're going to see a lower scoring one with the opportunity for the Seattle Kraken to pull off this win. So at +130, +135, shop those lines. I do think it's worth a sprinkle on the Seattle Kraken. I've got a full bet on it, you guys. I do think they have every ability to get this win. They went 1-6 on the power play in the last game, but the Colorado Avalanche came into that game. They went 0-3 on the power play. So the penalty kill for the Kraken was outstanding in the last game, not allowing the Avs to score. The Kraken came out stronger hitting a team. They had 38 hits on the Colorado Avalanche, only 31 for the Colorado Avalanche. Now, what I'm looking at is Seattle wasn't able to get as many shots on goal. So they need to find a way to get past the defensive players of Colorado, like Cale Makar, who are absolutely getting these block shots on goal. I think Seattle finds a way in this one here tonight. I'm going to take them with that plus money, but I'm going to take this game to go to OT. I think this game right here has the best opportunity to go to overtime tonight. It's a +350 to go to overtime. If you're only going to take one game to go to overtime, this is it. Well, I do have a feeling on those other ones, this is a game tonight where I can absolutely see this being 2-2 going to OT if the Kraken come out and play the way that I hope they play on the ice tonight. Now, could it be 3-3 going to overtime and screwing us on that total? Absolutely. So I'm going to stay off this total. I lean to the under, but the OT bet, Philip Grubauer over save shots on goal of 28.5, and the Seattle Kraken on the money line are my favorite bets of this game. We have every possibility. I'm going to stay off prop bets. It's enough for me. I'm going to be stressing this game. 10 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock my time. I'm going to be just shaking by that time because, you know, we've had so many games by that time, but it's going to be a nice one on the ice. Joe Grubauer did deliver last night, or will deliver tonight. He didn't deliver the last game, but he did the one before. So Grubauer has been our friend in betting for sure. You guys, that's the games. I'm really excited for tonight, and I'm really nervous for tonight. I just really hope we have 4 super competitive games. All our bets hit. We all cash some money. So let me know below what you're liking today, what you're betting, so everyone can tell you. I know a lot of you made some money yesterday. My DMs were full of your messages with you hit the OT, you hit a bunch of different things. So congratulations to each and every one of you. And thank you for those messages. I love getting your DMs. So a couple people have emailed me as well. Always welcome to send me over that email. I appreciate waking up to all the messages. Some of us are nice. The bad messages I don't, but those are very rare, especially from the Pikkit community. You guys are absolutely incredible. Let's recap. Let's build a parlay. Let's make some freaking money, you guys. The New Jersey Devils and the New York Rangers. I do think this one is a game in which the Devils have to get some goals on the board because I expect the goals to come in for the Devils. We know the goals can come in for the Rangers. Give me the over 5.5. I'm going to throw the over for the Devils and the Rangers into the parlay. I also like for this game, the Rangers to win the first period and cover the half goal puck line. That's at +158. Definitely think it's worth a sprinkle. The Rangers will be pissed off after losing that first game back home in the Garden. I think they answer in this first period. but I do think the Devils make this a competitive game. Give me Jack Hughes for the anytime goal here at plus 155. If you don't want to take that much risk, take his save shots on goal. It's minus 150 though. So I would parlay with that with something if you want to do that. Adam Fox for the assist tonight for the Rangers coming in at minus 140 for an assist. I do see it coming in. And Patrick Crane, Chris Kreider. We know there's so many guys we can prop bet for their points tonight. I do think, because it's going to be a higher scoring one in my opinion, that you look at those props in this game tonight. The Toronto Maple Leafs and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Like I said, you guys, I don't want to be in this game for the long term. I'm going to take the first period over 1.5. Keep my fingers crossed that they open up. They play strong offensively like we've seen in the last 3. This game is going to be insane. I can't trust the goaltending right now of the Lightning, but I don't want to go against the Lightning off 2 losses in a row. Toronto didn't play a great game last game, even though they got the win. If they all of a sudden come out and play an outstanding game, they're going to blow out the Lightning if the Lightning play like the last game and Vasilevsky does. So I'm not taking a side. I will take the Leafs and the Lightning over 1.5 in the first period. I think that comes in. I'm going to look at Ryan O'Reilly for his points tonight. I think he's been absolutely phenomenal. His shots on goal over 1.5 is minus 160. So if you can find over 2.5 shots on goal in this one for plus money, I would definitely look at it. Like I said, he got those points in the last game. He got 2 goals in the last game. He's been phenomenal. So look at him for the anytime goal as well, though the Lightning are going to want to try to limit him. I'd look at Nylander over his shots on goal over 3.5 at plus 100. Mitch Marner over 2.5 shots on goal at minus 122. You can look at Austin Matthews. He's just not my favorite to look at. He's sometimes inconsistent. He's good. He's solid, but he's not one of my favorites. Tavares, his assists over 1 assist, 1 plus assist actually, over half an assist is plus 152. How can we say no to that plus money on someone that has 44 assists on the season? And for the other side of the Lightning, Kucherov, give me his points tonight over 1.5 points for Kucherov coming in at plus 128. His shots on goal over 3.5, if you like that as well, minus 110. I do think he comes in hot. Braden Point, he's always good for his shots on goal over 2.5 at minus 130. And Stamkos over 2.5 shots at minus 130 as well. Cirelli's been playing phenomenal as well. So many opportunities to make some money. Like I said, for the parlay, we'll do the Leafs and the Lightning over 1.5 in the first period. The Vegas Golden Knights and the Winnipeg Jets. Oh, man, you guys, this is going to be crazy. I do think Vegas pulls off the win. I know Winnipeg is going to be playing desperate here not to let Vegas go up 3-1 in the series, but I think it happens. Vegas just has such a strong offensive edge in this matchup. I think goaltending, a little bit of an edge to the Winnipeg Jets with Connor Hellebuck. I think Connor Hellebuck has a strong night tonight. I do like him over 27.5 save shots on goal. But I do think Vegas gets this win, goes 3-1 back home. I'm going to take the first period under 1.5. I look at the goaltending. I look at the defenses. I look at how these teams do in the regular season. These teams trended to the under. And we cannot have another first period where we get 3 goals in the last game. I was so frustrated. What we saw in OT is how these teams should be playing. Their coaches must have been screaming at them after, saying that is how you're supposed to play the game. So give me Vegas and the Jets under 1.5 in the first period. I do think the full game stays under, but with those empty netters, I'm not going to hit it. This game possibility to go to OT is plus 340. So I do think this one has a possibility, but like I said, I love the possibility of the Avs and the Seattle Kraken to go to overtime. I think this is my strongest game here to go to OT. I think the Kraken are not going to give up in this game. Philip Grubauer, I'm going to look at his save shots. He's my favorite save shot goalie tonight, over 28.5 save shots on goal. I think the Seattle Kraken tie up this series 2-2 going back into Colorado. That being said, I still think Colorado takes this series. This game to go to overtime is plus 350. The Kraken on the money line anywhere between plus 130 to plus 137. So shop those lines for sure, you guys. It's the only thing I'm taking. I'm not going to throw it into the parlay. The 3-leg parlay we'll do tonight is the Devils and the Rangers over 5.5, the Leafs and the Lightning first period over 1.5, and Vegas and the Jets under 1.5 for the first period. Now, I tell you, if those 2 first periods flip and we see the reverse in each game, you guys know that I'm going to be over here just screaming at my TV tonight. It's going to be one heck of a night on the ice. Matt, thank you. If everyone could hit that like button, I would appreciate it so very greatly. It helps me so much over here on YouTube. If you're watching anywhere but YouTube, drop me a comment. Let me know what you think of the show. You guys, I appreciate you. Again, that parlay, Devils, Rangers, over 5.5, Leafs, Lightning, over 1.5 for the first period, Vegas and Jets, under 1.5 for the first period. These are, I love all 3 of these bets. These are not bets where we're trying to adjust any lines. Bet these separately. These are bets that I love. I love Vegas for the straight up win as well. I love the Kraken for the straight up win. Like I said, my favorite prop bet tonight for the goalies is Grubauer over 28.5 save shots on goal. Kucherov over 1.5 points tonight is one of my favorite prop bets here at plus 128. Jack Hughes for the anytime goal at plus 155. I freaking love Adam Fox for his points or his assists. You look at his assists for minus 140. I think both ways are strong. It's going to be absolutely insane. Courtney, big shout out to you. I hope that you are doing well. You guys, enjoy the action on the ice. Let's hope for OTs. Let's make some freaking money in these games going to OTs, especially the later games. Could we see the earlier games go to OT? Absolutely. Should we sprinkle on all 4 going to OT? We're going to make some money if we just put a couple bucks. I don't know. It's going to be crazy. Like I said, Vasilevsky, I'm not trusting. Toronto, that game is hard. Could the Devils pull this one off and send this one to OT with the Rangers? They could. Rangers are such a complete team, though. I do think the Devils will give everything they got tonight, and so solid on the road, like you guys mentioned. So we'll see what happens with that game. The later 2 games, I just have stronger feelings about. I will be on Sports Grid with Gabe and Cam, maybe Dave too, at 6:25 Eastern. So come by, say hi. We'll be talking these games. You can hear their bets on these games. Gonna be a lot of fun. I just put out a prop video, you guys, so make sure you check it out over here on YouTube. It is the goalie prop in that is Grubauer. But then I have 3 NBA prop bets that I'm liking in the 2 games tonight. So go over, check out the video. Let me know what you think. The Cup of Joes, I am trying to do daily, you guys. I've just been so busy with everything going on. So I promise I'm going to get better at getting these posted. But I think I'm going to look at some more props within and give you 2-3 props a day, especially in baseball. Loving the strikeout props right now. That's not included, so stay tuned for a short coming out in that as well. You guys, have a good one. Kev, you are welcome, and thank you. You guys make the best of today. It's Monday. Make it freaking count. Have a great day, you guys. I will see you back here tomorrow at 3:30 Eastern. In the meantime, all the best in all of your bets, and let's make some freaking money tonight. Bye.